Where were you hoping to get that money from?
We were hoping to get this money from, of course, the patients who visit the hospitals.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a schedule of where you are? Because I think that this is a better control and performance chair, and we have got a shortfall of 42%, and then we've got an upward spending of 30%. And a spending of 30%. I think that it would be important that this query leads us to how can you be able to perform as a budget, and that's why I'm asking you this question. I'm not interrogating you. I'm actually trying to look at what are the areas for performance for this budget. You budgeted for, these are revenue budget. In your revenue budget, you budgeted for 232 million. Where did you hope to get this money? Do you have a schedule that I was hoping to get from NHIF, 45 million, which is the maximum you could be able to see from the previous query? Isn't it, Chair? And then the rest, where are you projecting? Do you have a schedule of where those projections are coming from?
Yeah, through the Chair, I want to confirm to this committee that we also have several donors working with us in the county, the Department of Health. So when we budget, we also budget with our donors in mind.
I want you to help. I want to help you.
Let me answer that.
Yes.
Given that that question is not a question, it's actually an extra question. If required to provide that schedule, we can provide where we are, projected to get that money from.
Governor,
at the moment we don't have it here.
But Governor, that's actually the answer that should have come to this question. Because the way the response we would have expected here is a schedule that indicated the target for that 232 million. You see, so that the way the answer will be comprehensive is over the 232 million, we were expecting 50 million from Donawai. We were expecting 45 million from NHIF. We were expecting 90 million from Linda Mama. We were expecting 50 million from XY source. However, the shortfall of 97 million came because Donawai did not come with the 45 million, they came with 30 million. You see what I mean? And then Linda Mama, we ended up getting 30 million instead of 45 million. Here, because this is about better control and performance, and we have to see how do we overshoot. You don't expect that donor Y will give you money when they won't come up for you. So that if they won't come up, we can advise you that perhaps on this we have this remedy from the governor or XYZ. But the way it is a proper, we can't give you feedback when you don't go into that detail on where were you hoping to raise that revenue and where were the shortfalls, so that we target those and give you proper feedback on how to reduce that 42%. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, and in fact, before Senator Agenda comes in, the budget is actually not balancing. Because if you look at the amount you raised was 135 million, but you spent 163 million, meaning that there is 28 million. Where did it come from? Because you only spend what has been realized. So where did the 28 million, extra million that you spent come from?
Chair, that's what I'm saying, that the only way they can be able to answer that is to have that breakdown. Yes. Remember, that was my first question, and that's where he wasn't seeing where I was heading. And this is not a question of being defensive. This is a question of how can we help your budget projection make sense so that you don't over budget or underspend. Because you have raised 135 million. That's the money you have raised, but you have spent more than your. And I asked you, where does that money come from? 28. You know what you told me? You've got many sources. You know why you're saying you've got many sources? Because you don't have a schedule. You expect to have all those money. So I can say that actually the 28 million came from the governor because Donna White did not come up with that. Or the 28 million came from Linda Mama, but because NHIF did not come through for us. We need that rigor so we can be able to give you proper feedback as financial team in this committee.
Senator Agenda, put yourself on record and you proceed.
Thank you, Governor. Welcome to the committee as the leader of my party, the deputy party leader. Yes, you know your party leader, deputy. Yes. Now, just 2 points, Governor. I just wanted to just weigh in on the budget control and performance. Right from what Senator Eddy has asked, the plug-in, CC has referred to donors. Are you able to provide that schedule? Or can you, on top of your head right now, tell the committee how much money you received from donors during that year? But that ties into the other question. Did you therefore knowingly, is there information that you knowingly withheld from the auditors when the audit process was going on? And lastly, CC of Governor, was there money lost? I think that is the other crucial point in all this. Was there money lost? I see performance question and the year in CASU 2021-2022. I don't know that COVID, what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so Governor, you can respond.
Chair, before I give them a chance to respond, hopefully if we had a look at the earlier response, you'll realize what Senator Agenda has asked, because that COVID element, which has not been, I'm sure, which has not been captured here. But it is a recurrence of the same question as the previous year. Therefore, that bit of it I want to agree.
You should make me a CC. You can.
Their chair, that could have been, occasioned by the fact that there was COVID again in those variances that we are checking.
I think just a small input. The governor's response earlier to Senator Eddy, he had indicated that given time, he can also be able to provide this committee with the schedules so that reconciliation can be completed. If you could also direct within the timeline, because it is those reconciliations now that can bring to light if this 28 million was lost or really what transpired. Chair.
Okay, I think for us to determine that, we require that Governor, your people submit the schedule to the auditor in the next 14 days to verify, and then the auditor will submit to us in another 7 days. So that is 21 days, 14, and subsequently 7 days for the auditor.
Chair, for the purpose for the record,
Yes.
the difference between the 135 million and the 163 million expenditure does not necessarily mean loss of funds. I want to make that very clear. It doesn't necessarily mean loss of funds. Because remember, the revenue budget was 235 million. So I don't have a problem with that overshot expenditure above the realized revenue. I only have a problem with the performance, in the sense that you have budgeted for 235, you have realized that 135, and I want to know why you realized 135, which is 45% less. Which areas are you not performing at? And I think actually that schedule, if the accountants are doing their job, it should actually reflect in the financial statement. Because when you're budgeting the financial statement and you're doing a revenue budget, then you should that of these 232 million, right? We are expecting 50 million from Linda Mama. We are expecting 100 million from donor. We are expecting this. And I don't know what others have got a financial statement. If it's not there, that's why we provide it. If it is a financial statement, there's no problem. But then we can be able to go one by one and see where didn't you realize in terms of the collection. You see, you give us a schedule of the 232 million. And then the collection, 132. You have to give us a schedule of where the 132 come from. We got 10 million from Linda Mama again. We got 30 million from NHIF. We got, the donor gave us 20 million. So that the two schedules, so we don't condemn you in blanket that you will not perform. Maybe there's an area that you performed better than the other. So we look at the 132 million, actually the areas that help us realize this are this. Then maybe we realize that maybe one of those areas shot up by 28 million above its performance, which we should give you credit for. Right? We should not just condemn you on the bad part, but also the good part. But that is just prudence in terms of detailed financial statement. You don't need to go a new schedule. If it's in the financial statement, it should show in the financial statement.
Okay, and another thing, CEC Finance